Yeah, and Billy, on the other side, BBL, the double initiator, we've seen this composition 1,000 times. What do you think they can do against Fnatic?
I think Mini's perhaps annoyed at the breach still being played on this map, but I think what we can say is there was a lot of synergy between Yampi and Levin on that last map. I think that Cairo and Hazel were highlighting it on the cast as well. I think going up against a Neon is going to be difficult for them, and Kayak has looked so strong on that agent in the past. So yeah, they need to not be caught off guard when they're anchoring these sites starting on the defense.
It's Levin early, as it was all of a sudden. Stunned to try and set him up. The proactivity put in the set piece. With an aftershock at the feet of Crashies, he's forced to move forwards, but it's not a problem. In fact, it's the green light he was looking for. Fnatic from the starter gun have not missed a beat, but neither has Magnum this series. And that's the quick reality check.
The spike bakes Magnum back in though, and Alpha commits to that spike plan.
Magnum's got out back sight, and as he closes the distance, Alpha unaware! Magnum pops his head up, and BBL do respond. On his lonesome in a lot of endeavors, it was difficult for them. And Haven at times, when maybe you don't have as much official experience, at least running this composition.
I'm out of here. Shortcut.
Trying to force their way in, make it closer angles, closer fights, which will favour these Sheriffs. That's an insane shot, and now has a rifle in hand. A real possibility for Fnatic.
It's a 4v2 on site, but Fnatic have cleared the place, and with Magnum back in, needs the timing on the drone, and Kayak has a rifle now.
So Heaven's Outlaw against 4. As soon as he has to reload, you can imagine that he'll be flooded with players trying to close him down, but instead changes his angle of approach.
And that's the reason that we don't get the reload, because he's hoping for the element of surprise. It's only going to inhibit his chances. There's the next, but yeah, it's a round signed, sealed, and delivered personally by Kayak. Levin will make sure that not a single player escapes from the round with their life. But it's the same story. Fnatic in the second round. But there is no early trigger. They're waiting for the contact, and as it's hit a little later, Kayak's already beaten the first couple lines of defense. There was a rifle in the mix for BBL, but that's already on the ground, dead and buried along with the rest. Kayak, 3 players drop at his hands. They've just won the first 2 rounds anyway.
It just upsets the economy, right?
Because the bonus is going to look so strong now. I mean,
a little bit of momentum. But confirmation, Fnatic will get the second. But with that being said,
the Crashies to break it with the shot. It missed.
It did. And, well, Kayak will be telling his team that, but Magnum takes his opportunity out of the cage. And Boaster's the one that grabs him. Boaster not seen with that drone. That's going to be a problem for BBL.
And Alpha now queuing up late outside of Garage, so he is the dagger that waits over the shoulder blades of BBL, who are all retaking from defender spawn side.
Out they go. Boaster still not cleared him well. He takes his chance, takes his opportunity, only able to get one, but plays in the rest of Fnatic. Still though, you're waiting on Alpha to activate, but he's not even needed. Fnatic will find their third. On eco, it looks like BBL trying to be aggressive down B, also on A.
Oh, Levin needs 1 kill to get the blades up. If he could have found Alpha clean, that's the asterisk you place. And that's the thing with BBL. It's been a lot of when and if this year, not is, in terms of their status in the qualified spaces.
The fact that they've been able to get the quick pops, right? And with that being said, now if they now start to default out, there's always going to be that
differences. Boaster's calling against Nat's calling, and another one of those former Liquid players, Yampi, here. But maybe there can be a mismatch in the macro at times. But if you consider callers on this map, I think Fnatic's commander-in-chief, he is, Kayak at the front.
Taken out.
Now, straight away, Hunter's Fury back, and that's a big couple tags! And an entry for BBL, well, a double, and Yampi's making that pain even worse. It's now just the 2 players on site.
Yeah, mid-walk down, finding huge value. BBL need to be cautious in how they organise the retake here, and that's the first sign of warning.
Both players low on Fnatic, though. That's the problem that these players will have, and it needs to be clean fights from here on out, which it has been for the most part. But it's Boaster all alone as all of BBL descend upon his position. He's stuck between a rock and a hard place. Needs to get a kill. He will at least get one, but it's Magnum, not Yampi. So that Rolling Thunder's still in play.
Huge win, but Kron left without the stun, unperturbed, goes back in for seconds and threads the needle. That's Yampi's ult off the board, and for BBL from this position, flank tested and won, ultimately shut down by Kron.
Hey, very well played as well. I was wondering about Kron's attack side up of all players to pick it up. We know can flex, so if the Neon maybe catches him off guard.
Where's Sociable in all of this? He's walked right up mid again. And Fnatic, oh, he's not expecting it.
Yeah, but look at the spike. It's in BBL's favour. Levin gets kayak as well. This is a disaster.
A disaster in the making, perhaps. There isn't too much pressure, or time pressure on Fnatic right now, so...
It could be, though. Very quickly. Boaster's managed to escape onto C, though. But it's Sociable in mid that gets caught out.
Yeah. Spike recovered. Shadows traveling. Oh, and 3 versus 4 now. Boaster had to be a little bit careful. But you know what? He's been hitting some shots so far today. So has Profang!
Spike down, C.
Quick double from the Sheriff. A gut punch.
Yampi up next. He has the rifle and he's caught. Crashes off guard. And a pay safe card Thrifty.
With Fnatic starting to break the trap now, indicative of their finishing positions. Everything else covered by BBL, and the value of this Rolling Thunder compounded on the B site. But no capitalization.
Oh, well, there is information now.
And no plant yet.
Yeah, this is getting worrying. As BBL try to defumigate that pit. Although Yampi nearly gets the opportunity to take Kron himself. What's going on?
I think Fnatic wanted to go away, but they've cancelled those plans. They will end on B. Smoke is down, though. Crashes in the open, 15 seconds.
He has a chance to deny the plan. Levin nearly takes Alpha off guard. Instead, it's Magnum. Spike plant confirmed. Crashes trying to escape to a safe place, but can't find it. And now it's just Kron's up. Hopefully he won't be given the opportunity if you're a BBL fan, and he won't be, to even get a second shot off. Confirmation, Kron is the 4th player on a VCT to hit 2k kills. Along some star-studded players. Oh, 11 caught off guard.
Either way, full focus on short for Magnum, planting his feet, entrenched in the corner, yet to be cleared, but peeking into Boaster, who on the fadeaway has picked up yet another.
Yeah, and Yampi's trying to flank here. He's caught by the alarm bot, so Fnatic know about it, ready to hit into the site.
Fnatic back on their feet. Profek has made a juncture of his own. Boaster, one back. Careful. The captain has kept them moving forward, round on round. He does tend to step up in these bigger games sometimes when you least expect it. Now with twice the numbers and time to set up this post, you expect Fnatic to be in the driver's seat, and that's exactly what you get. It's surgical in the end. Only one gun heard. One dash away. This is where Yampi gets overlooked, and Levin comes back in, circles to position with blood in the water, but it's Crashies to draw it. Boaster in the back line now, Profek having to do it all, and can't stand up to the challenge. BBL buckling under the pressure in these last couple, as Fnatic now will have guaranteed themselves.
Revealing area.
Bill comes in, jump up Sociable, finding one. But on 5 points of health, he's got to take the long way round.
Yeah, I think this is where the white flag gets thrown in, but Boaster's trying to deny it, as well as Kron, and they'll get it. That's advantage confirmed. But Yampi once again, thinking about mid.
Boaster too, just unrelenting. You'd think that he was Levin, at least in terms of how he positions himself, but that is a big loss. Kron down, no more Toxin. BBL held at arm's length. Yampi trying to retake some of this space, but the defender's side has to hold up its end of the bargain if he's to get the value. 2 players sucked into his orbit, one of them crashes, he will survive. Still BBL down a man.
Yeah, and trying to force the way back in. Paranoia didn't hit, and that's going to allow Kayak to get the next two shock darts, and that's exactly the case. Spike now going in, but all the players ready on the flank for Fnatic.
And do BBL even want to have a look towards spawn here? Crashies is monitoring it with Chronicle, and now that the flank is hit, it's the call to action for BBL.
Yeah, that's exactly where they're going. Levin completely wipes out Kron.
Second
and
headshot.
Crashies being forced all the way back. Magnum holding sight by himself while Yampi's close by, and it works out. A pistol round win on the horizons for BBL here, and they'll get an in-zone flawless off the back of it.
Really spin that stinger against him, I suppose, and very quickly it will be a matter of importance. Chronicle dispense, and now Fnatic looking to react. Into the sewer space they go. Sociable found. That was the pistol. Still Rifles behind this attack, and Rifles made to work. Levin gets Fnatic sweating. But with him the only player in the site, it's quickly traded hands.
30 seconds.
Yeah, and that's a potential rifle that could go to Kayak, which is worrying. Although Alpha walks into the stinger of Magnum and puts Fnatic at a disadvantage.
Moving with an air of confidence. He feels like, look, if you take me down, that's fine. Happy to cast judgment across the map, and that is ultimately what wins the round for BBL. But walking into a loaded garage setup.
That's so much utility and then surrounding it. Profit
Oh.
up, but it's Yampi's aftershock that gets the kill, and Profit with the timing. Levin as well. BBL open up that C site, and the other two players have Crashies and Boaster. They want to stay towards it. They want nothing to do with this.
Then that's when you're going to see the results. The problem being, when it comes to these bigger occasions, these games that require that kind of step up from them, maybe one's missing or the other, they've just never had aftershock from Yampi,
Amazing.
saving Profit so Profit can save Levin. Like, this is a ridiculous butterfly effect.
Why is no one looking at that, bro?
Even just on the round, and I don't know, up against the mixed investment, looks like they're just going to go for the B play. It's a bold call to make from Yampi, but it's one which looks to be serving the purpose. A lack of extra control would be an issue, but the captain leads by example. That's Kayak gone.
Yeah, it's a bold call because we know that these Stingers and Buckies are better at close range, but BBL are just knocking them down.
And that's the issue now for Fnatic. The choice weaponry is nowhere near as good when you're the one that has to peek around those corners. But Kron, with an injection of pace, has picked up the first. As long as Yampi can guard this smoke, he's going to be in a good position. But slight adjustment with the Poison Orb forces Profek to think about it, and think he will. BBL to tie up the scoreline as expected. Boaster escaping with a rifle. Fnatic's economy.
Deploying drone.
It's also a repeat of the Killjoy setup in Garage, which will need to be dealt with by BBL and can buy some stall if the nano is opened, which it won't be. It's Alpha's head instead.
And BBL bust onto that side, but Kayak's timing works out. Trying to bust out into safety, does so, and Magnum's lying there and wait! But Kayak's unbelievable!
So quick. BBL anything but. They're yet to hit the C site. Huge 1v1 on Sociable, but he wins it and opens up B. With the smoke placed at his back, he's relying on this recon to give him the cognizance to just get in there. And that's what they'll do.
Spike down, now trying to Boaster down, a little bit of delay, but it'll be chip damage instead onto Yampi. And Boaster finding Profit makes this a lot more doable. Oh, that's a nice paranoia, but Kron hasn't capitalised. Finally closing up, and Yampi hears the steps, calling for support through. It's over, but it doesn't come. Now Sociable needs to clutch. With time so low, Boaster peeks out. Kron low, a shock's enough, and that's what's going to win it.
And from beyond the grave, Sociable. Chronicle, if he full sticks that, I think he might just about have it. It was incredibly close. Sociable didn't tap the shot. He was looking to really stretch that bow back.
Yeah, Crashies maybe dancing with the devil as he tries to play just right behind the smoke. And Levin gets two off the back of it. A Rolling Thunder invested, yes, but I mean, BBL get the sight for it. There's still a dodgy buy to try and navigate through, and well, BBL are doing it. Levin on for the ace.
BBL had showed signs of intention at taking long space early in previous rounds, but you're kind of looking for those tendencies, right? What is it that Fnatic are repeating, perhaps? Where can we look for a gap? They seem to have found it here. The bigger question will be, is that replicable in following rounds? As we are also now coming into the biggest ult cycle of this opening playoffs game.
So the option now is towards B as they try to get onto Poster, but Levin was stunned by his own breach, and it's actually Prophet counter carriage that buys BBL an opportunity to get that spike down.
Well, they've reconfirmed Kayak is here. They will not look to overwhelm him.
I don't want anything to do with it. Would rather take that extra space in C-Link as the other two try and approach from A, and Levin is caught the first. Another Kron lies in wait, but instead is backing off. Yeah. I think this is 11 for BBL.
It most certainly will be. We are seconds away from it, and Fnatic will be without their operator in the next round too. The biggest issue of the round for me, and one which BBL have approached with some serious grace. I mean, this was an 8-4 half in very much the same way that Fnatic were, you know, only... They had, it was a 7-5 half on Ascent. The difference being, of course, they're on the receiving end, but I digress. They've approached the situation with some serious composure.
Are trying the luck by buying into this one right here, right now.
Omen ult immediately to just set the tone. Missed shot from Kayak goes past the leg of Magnum, who hasn't stopped. As BBL sprint towards the C site, they will be able to take it over, but this Viper wall in their post plant is a problem.
Yeah, that it is, and remember, there's no more smokes for BBL either, so every angle they cross is a potential for Fnatic to be on the other side.
With two players off the shoulder, Boaster will be collecting the info, but the ult doesn't quite fan out backside, so he doesn't get full visual. Levin undetected, Magnum follows it up, but still, Fnatic have the trades. Yumpy needs a whole lot more here, and he's gonna get it! The Finn to finish them off! Red Bull clutch for Yumpy
in this series.
One enemy remaining.
Tried to force everything into that last round.
Let's go! Come on, boys! Let's go!
BBL not dropping a single round so far in the second half.
Boaster trying to be aggressive in towards window, but Magnum's on the other side. Kron now next up, but look at BBL. Oh! They're trying to work in droves, but instead, Kron proves some resistance. Alphier catches the next, and Fnatic will be able to survive a round longer, it seems.
Our previous winners looking for back-to-back in successive years, but BBL, the first task, has not been so easy, and Levin still thinking about it. Oh, Kayak was low. That was an opportunity. Yeah, I don't even know if the turret had been hit at that point.
But look at the aggressive stance in mid.
He's waiting for this. And it's left unchecked. So under the microscope, Magnum picking up the first of those kills, still hanging around in the back as the rest of BBL have arrived on the scene, busting into playoffs. And now set up for that rematch with Heretics, perhaps, unless Chronicle. But everything that's gone his way in the previous week or so, you're asking for so much in this situation. Denies the plant. A strong start, and with the pit in pocket, a tool to play with. He's stunned, thrown up into the air, as the BBL players will find themselves on their feet as well. An eruption on their side of the stage. A huge win in their push to Paris.
BBL are Fnatic's kryptonite once again. The Supermen fall, the ones who were able to make the Toronto Grand Final.
The kind of response and character you expect from the culture that they've built. A performance to be proud of wherever they go from here.